Hello, brilliant minds. Welcome back to Elite Readers Up, the place where readers rise, leaders grow, and greatness begins with a book. Guys, we're going to look at this very interesting book I love so much. So, we shall be talking about one of the most fascinating books ever written about human behavior, social influence, and trends. It is called The Tipping Point: How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference by best-selling author Malcolm Gladwell. We've looked at several books written by Malcolm Gladwell, and you also realize that I love his book. So let's say a little thing about Malcolm Gladwell. Is a Canadian journalist, speaker, and author of several influential books, including Outliers, Blink, and David and Goliath. And it's good to know that you've done Outliers. Yeah, we have done David and Goliath. So we're doing the tipping point right now. So his work combines psychology, sociology, storytelling, and history in a way that helps readers understand and why people behave the way they do. So, in The Tipping Point, Gladwell uncovers the secret behind how small changes and subtle action can lead to massive social shifts. Whether it's a fashion trend, a viral video, a disease outbreak, or even a movement for change. So, tipping point is basically finding out what is that thing that causes this huge change, this little thing. So we're saying, what is the tipping point? The question is, what is this tipping point that just skyrocket? So Gladwell defines the tipping point as the moment of critical mass, the threshold, the boiling point. It is a magic moment when, an idea, a behavior, or a trend crosses the line and suddenly takes off like a wildfire. Like, what happened? Just this little idea, just a little thing. So think of how a single spark can cause an entire forest fire, or how a few people wearing a particular shoe can suddenly launch a fashion craze, or how one YouTube video can explode into a global movement. So this is what this book is all about, trying to find out what could cause such a thing. So for me, this book is a book that I think teenagers should read and then see what Malcolm actually said. His argument was trying to find out, well, these are the things that I think that could cause this, and this is what I think could be the cause of these. So let's say he said the core rules that create a tipping point. So in his book, he has looked at, okay, these are things that I believe that makes a video be so viral, or maybe this is what I think that causes this little thing to become so massive, this small movement that makes it so crazy. So according to him, he said that what he called the core rules that he believes that creates a tipping point. So the law of few, he said something about the law of few, the law of the few. Gladwell says there are three special types of people who are crucial to spreading ideas and influencing others. He said the connectors, the Marvins, the salesman. So the connectors, these are people who know everyone. They bridge different social circles and they link people together. Think of the super networkers at your school or at social media. They have a way of networking people. They know this, they know that. So the little this connectors, like you said, they play a major role. So you talk about the Marvin. So these are information experts. They love learning, comparing, researching, and they share what they know. So if you have a friend who always knows the best ideas or the best deals, the best acts or books, that's a Marvin. They talk about the salesman. These are persuasive people who can inspire, convince, and excite others. They have energy, confidence, and a way of making you believe. If you don't want to buy a thing, they can make you believe that you actually need that thing. So this is what Malcolm is talking about. That these are the core rules, the people. So he said the law of the few. So these are just the few people. Three, that he talked about the connectors, the salesman, and the Marvins. So for me, I would say that, for example, when Hush Puppies shoes came back into fashion in 1990s, it wasn't because of a big marketing campaign. It started with just a few trendsetters, connectors in New York. The rest follows. So, like if you see a popular person wearing a particular shoe that maybe you thought the shoe was like old fashioned, people want to go back to that shoe and start wearing it. You know, so everybody that there's a particular shoe or kind of fashion that was, not popular. All of a sudden, it starts coming back. It all depends. Maybe somebody dressed that way or wore that particular shoe or did a particular hairstyle. Maybe there's some hairstyle that have gone in a sting that people are not really doing that hairstyle again. Then somebody now goes on to do that hairstyle. You see that hairstyle might come back again and become popular. So these are what they call the connectors. It could be the salesman or the Marvin. So when a particular person start doing a thing, people will bring it back and then it start trending. So that's what Malcolm said. So they have this stickiness factor. Some ideas stick by your mind, so they are memorable, catchy, unforgettable. So Gladwell calls this the stickiness factor. It's about making an idea so appealing and easy to remember that people naturally want to spread it. So that's what he's saying. Something easy to remember. For example, think about the children's show Sesame Street or the Jungle, Just Do It. They are sticky. They are designed to stay in your head. So for things, I would say that if you want and if do you want to influence people or spread an idea, make it simple, make it sticky, something that they will go run with. So the guys, it's always about the third one. He said the power of context. So Gladwell says that our behavior is heavily influenced by the environment, the context we are in, even more than we realize it. So he's saying something like small changes in an environment can create a big effect. For example, in New York City during the 1990s, they said crime dropped dramatically, and it wasn't just because of more police. It started with fixing broken windows, cleaning gravity, and then stopping subway fare evasion. So these small changes made the city feel safer and people behave better. So for teenagers, I would say that you want to do something better in school, create a better study environment, clean your space, set the mood, surround yourself with good energy. So what is basically saying is that there's some things that you would do, some actions that you would take that will, stop some negativity. So if you want to read better, if you keep your environment clean and then if you surround yourself with the books, I think that will inspire you to want to read. But say in a dirty environment, and that might not really inspire you to read. So the actions you take matters. So I want to leave you with this thought. Finally, I would say that the tipping point is a powerful reminder that small actions can lead to a big result. Like I said, if you want to start reading. I think your environment matters. You get yourself a reading table, surround yourself with good vibes, a clean environment. Stay in a dead environment that will not inspire you to want to read or do something. So that's what he's saying. Little changes can spark big results. So you don't need to shout loud, just move smart. Be the connector, be the Mervin, or be the salesman that sparks the next wave of change in your school or community or your world. So ask yourself, what is that small thing I can do today that could tip the scale tomorrow? If this inspired you, now I want to do something for me. If you're new here, click on the like button, subscribe, click on the notification button so when I post a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. So thank you so much for listening, and I will be right here with another interesting book for us to look at. To this, I will advise that you get this book, and for more books for your reading pleasure, don't forget to get to elitereadershub.com. We have so many books that speak directly to the question, the things that you need to do. So, guys, see you. Bye bye.